10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me today on another episode of Monday Night Slot Car Live, where I go live with the community. And today is an extra special day. If you were with the slot car world this weekend, you knew the Slot.it Nationals were happening, and that's where we all were. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Actually, we're going to talk a lot about that today, and not really much else. So let's have a look. Let's see what's here. I got a few clips. We'll go over what was happening on the weekend. Oh my gosh. Absolute fantasticness, I guess, is the great word for it. So let's start off by, let's move this up here. We got some important people in the house, and they all need to be noticed. Let's get into it. First off, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight, guys. Absolutely fantastic. The Slot.it Nationals were on Sunday, and it was absolutely amazing. It was such a great night. Everyone was racing hard, and we had 3 racers from our slot car community who were there. So that was absolutely fantastic. Pete, Raul, and Massimo. So we'll talk about that today, and we'll start off. Let's see who's in the house. First off, unfortunately, I think I can't make it today. Greetings, Dan and everyone. Catch up, repeat. All right, take it easy, Harry. Thanks for letting me know, brother. Get some rest. Yeti Nation's in the house. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Slot Car 2001. This was a person who was there almost the whole entire time watching with me at the Slot.it Nationals. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, it was such great racing. Wow. HSF's Racing's in the house. All right. Good stuff. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Chris, thanks for joining us, brother. Thank you. No Dramas in the house. Thanks for joining us, brother. Awesome. All right. So we'll see who's in the house. Then we'll bump back there. I see there's a question or two, so we'll get to those in a moment. Doug, thanks for joining us, brother. Fantastic. Thank you. Hey, Dennis Osborne. Is that a new... Oh, wow. You have a new logo. Awesome, brother. Looks good, man. Awesome. Welcome. Thank you. Looking good. Hey! Couldn't be alive without Robert Fish or Dennis Osborne. Thanks for joining me, Robert. I appreciate all your help today. Very, very awesome of you. Thank you. Robert helps me with some behind-the-scenes logistics, if you will, and information gathering. So thank you, Robert. I definitely appreciate that. Clearwater's in the house. Thank you, Clearwater. Welcome, Greg. Okay. So we seem to have caught up to the people who are currently here right now. And I did notice there was a question or two, and we will answer them. What's nearly midnight here? Late one. Yeah, it was. I was not going to bed until it was over. That's all I had to say. I watched absolutely every second, all 11 and a half hours of it. All of it. I watched it. If you look at the very first broadcast, I am the second person commenting at the second it goes live. I was there all day. I was glued to that stuff. Oh, so good. Just so good. Ian and Doug from Magnetic Racing. Gosh, you guys are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. They did such a great job. If you guys haven't seen it, well, here's Ian and Doug. Let's get them front and center here. So here's Ian and Doug, if you're not sure who I'm talking about. And this is them doing their thing at the Nationals. They were doing commentary. Oh, spot on. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Spot on, brothers. You guys did an absolutely great job. Everyone was 100% happy with the way things rolled. You guys covered everything, and you made sure everyone was in the know. Fantastic. That's absolutely great. Yeah, anytime. Thanks, Robert. Awesome. Knee deep in water this weekend. Hey, that's a good way to spend the weekend. All right. I mean, if you're not going to be at the Slot.it Nationals or watching it, you might as well be knee deep in water. I hope that was beach water and not like toilet water. Oh, maybe, yeah, that wouldn't be so good. All right. Mark, thanks for joining us, brother. Awesome. Thank you. Here we go. Yepper wanted to change my logo. Mostly trains and cars, but I included planes too. Right on, brother. Looks great. Looks good. Flashy. Definitely looks modern. Hope it was warm. Oh no, tropical storm, brother. That is not good. Sorry to hear that, man. Not good. Not good. Tropical storm Debbie. Is that a joke or is that a real thing? I don't know what to think, man. Is that like a real name? It feels like it's like a name that someone would come up with when they're cheese at somebody. Oh gosh. Hey, thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. Welcome. It's been a long time. On a 3-hour drive back from the property, I was able to listen to the commentary on the drive to keep up with the action yesterday. Yeah, absolutely. They did a great job. Ian and Doug did an awesome job. I can't imagine. I can't even imagine that show without them. And it's literally like a show, right? I heard so many people say it felt like CBS or ABC's Wide World of Sports, or if you're Canadian, it would be CBC Sports Weekend or something like that. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate it. There certainly was a really good commentary going on last night. That's all I got to say. Absolutely fantastic. MB, thanks for joining us, brother. How's that bridge working out for you? It looks pretty cool. Yeah, Robert, I absolutely have to agree with you. The job they did was absolutely fantastic. And you know what? I just realized. We don't have music. Sorry, guys. That's 100% my fault. Let me fix that. That's better. Bass Sports, awesome. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. Enjoy your channel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Try and put out a various amounts of stuff that people could grasp onto, and well, brought you here. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Welcome. Cool logo. Is that you in there, or just a picture? Bridge is all set. We have to share some painted pictures. Nice. There you go. Yeah, nice build, man, for sure. People like to see that stuff. We need cowbell. Yeah, brother. I don't have cowbell loaded onto this system. I'll load it in though. Yeah, because you know what? It was Ian or Doug yesterday on their broadcast. They did say hit the cowbell. Hit the cowbell, everybody. Don't forget to hit the cowbell. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Bubbles, we need some bubbles. Well, doesn't it look like bubbles on the back screen? Headed down to Florida on Wednesday. Uh-oh. Oh, check that out. Well, welcome, brother. It's me. I raced F2000 for 20 years. Holy mackerel. Very nice. Very nice. Good for you, man. Sounds pretty exciting. Maybe you could be a guest on this here Quine show. Send me an email if you're interested. Sounds very interesting. All right. Okay, so much going on here. All right, so I paid them. Well, you still got the race, man. Even at our local dirt track that I do some filming at every once in a while, they have these guys who have these, like, it's called hobby stocks. So they have these cars. They're just complete junkers, and they'll rent them to you for you to do one of the races or to qualify with it or something like that. So that's kind of funny that you mentioned it like that. Okay, so for those who aren't sure what was going on this weekend, of course, the Slot.it Nationals were going on, and they started very early. Now, as I was saying earlier, we had three members of our slot car community who were involved in such an event, which was absolutely fantastic. Electric Dreams did a fantastic job. Hats off, guys. You did a really good job. There's no question about it. In fact, really good probably doesn't even cover it. The whole entire day was great. It started off with two drivers who didn't show up for their heat. So the first heat was only 4 drivers and 2 drivers just to drive the track and warm it up. It turns out, Pete was having his track fans live from the track right before the 3 guys went on and raced. It turns out Electric Dreams with Mark Natividad was doing their version of a interview, and they were interviewing Pete, Raul, and Massimo, while Pete was talking with Raul and Massimo on his live. So it was one place videotaping guys videotaping other guys. It was hilarious. Pete's like, my photo bomb's being photobombed or something like that. So it was actually pretty funny. It made a lot of sense. It was very cool. So what I've done today is I've made a few notes as to what happened. I'm not sure really who's overly interested in this or not. This is what happened and brought me to Monday night. So yeah, and Mark's suit, right? Absolutely fantastic, man. Absolutely great suit. And I believe I may, we'll see a picture of that suit actually in a video that I have coming up soon. So let me just do a little recap of what happened for those of you who want to be in the know. Let me just find the right pages here so I get it right. Okay. And I'm missing the first three. Okay, here we are. All right. And we'll actually talk about what heat our good friends were in. All right, so like I said, the morning started off with two racers who didn't show up to qualify. So in heat number 1, and there were 12 heats. This is not 12, sorry guys. Heat number 1, Bob Scott took it with the 10-lap lead. It was kind of a blowaway. He took it with 47.45 laps. Heat number 2 was won by David Collin, and he won it with 129.6 laps. He had a 3-lap win, so he was pretty comfortable in that win. There's no question about it. Number 3, Robert Zaletta. He was the Mexican gentleman from Mexico, I believe. It was very close. It was the same lap win for him. And if you guys remember, his wife was his pit crew, and yeah, it was pretty good. Okay, so also in the third race, I just want to make note. In the third race, Raul was competing in the third race. So third race out of 12, Raul was competing, and what had happened was Raul's car crapped out, unfortunately, and it was the braid. If I'm correct with this, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I believe the braid came out of the eyelet. So when you're talking about it only taking 7 seconds to get around the track, how long do you guys think, even on a good day, it would take you to put that braid back in there? Anybody guessing? Because for myself, even if I were proficient at it, and I would have to have a look, I've never changed the braid in the Slot.it yet. But I'm imagining it's probably a 5-10 minute process. 5-10 minutes when you're talking 7 seconds a lap, and you're no longer competitive. Unfortunately, Raul, he was having a really good time. I think just behind the scenes too. So it was a really unfortunate day for Raul. I think we all wanted to see our slot car brothers do as good as they possibly can. And when it's a mechanical problem and not a driver problem, that really sucks. So we're definitely with you, Raul. When I seen you put your car on the track and it didn't go, and you picked your controller up, brother, I felt for you, man. I felt really bad. So, okay, that was heat 3. Heat number 4. This is Pete's heat. Tony Costello won with 144 laps, 144.35, and he had a 3-lap lead. Pete was in, like I said, Pete was in this round, and Pete finished 3rd in his qualifying. Heat 5, Dave Rose took Heat 5 with 142 laps. It was an easy win for him. He had a 6-lap victory. It was he had a really huge lead on the field, so he was racing hard the whole way through. Race 6, Frankie Vales, he had a 1.5-lap victory. And I believe this Massimo was in this heat, heat 6, and he finished 4th, if I have the information correct. Okay. So in the 7th race, Fernando Torren won, and he won by half a lap. In the 8th race, Maurizio Ferrari with 150 laps. 150 laps, everybody. He blew away. That's all I wrote down here. He blew away everyone in his qualifying. He did really good. He should. When you build the car, you should do good. Number 9, race number 9 was Braden Pollard. And this is the young guy from Motown Raceway. And he had 157 laps. Blew him away. Huge win on that one. Race 10, Ian Rice won this one. Last year's winner with 156. And it was a close race. Race number 11 was Herman James. It was close with 157 laps. And Brandon Phillips won the 10th with 159 laps. Fast Eddie almost came from behind to win this one. Now, the bump heat is the 6 fastest non-winning cars. And those were Michael McLennan and Dave Tufts. So the lineup for the finals was as such. Ian Douglas, Todd Eulery, Brandon Phillips, Braden Pollard, Michael Nemes, and Jim Rose. So that brought us to the very last everyone in the last lane, down to the last 5 minutes. So, are you guys ready? Here comes the last 5 minutes.
So Braden in the green and Jim in the white.
Ian Douglas is in the yellow lane. He is the leader. Anybody in the chat, who do they think is going to take second?
Keep it slotted. Ian first, Braden second, Jim third.
Okay.
So Braden's going to come up and take Jim. Let's go.
Okay, Michael Nemes is in 4th place. We've got Brandon Phillips in 5th, and we've got Todd Ulry in 6th. We mustn't forget those. It's an achievement to get to the final.
Yeah, everyone, people are saying they want Braden in second.
Yes.
Obviously, they all love Jim, but Braden's come here and being sort of a youngster, it's doing well.
Absolutely. So let's keep on that gap between Jim and Braden. Braden's got the advantage. He's got the slightly better lane, but Jim's got track position, and as we know, track position can sometimes be the deciding factor psychologically.
Yeah.
So white and green is what we're looking at.
Oh, so Braden is following Ian Douglas.
Okay.
And if you're following, I know you're in the lane next door.
Jim Rose has just had a mega off at the far end, but he got back on and came straight back off again.
Oh no, how's that?
Does that mean Braden's in second? Braden's up to 2. Jim Rose is down to 3rd. It's happened. Okay, so keep an eye on that white lane and that green lane. Yeah, so there's the white, there's the green. So there's only 2 corners in it.
Jim's pushing.
It can just as easily go back the other way.
Yeah.
This isn't over yet. Ian Douglas is 5 laps up the road though, in the yellow lane. Okay, 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here. Can Braden hold on? Can Jim Rose find something special in that Jaguar? We'd love to see the Jaguar on the podium. Let's make it happen.
Oh yes. Michael Nemes is still in 4th, Brandon in 5th, and Todd Ulry is in 6th. They're still pushing hard.
The leader, Ian Douglas, is on 246 laps.
Compared to...
Jim Rose in second on 241, 6 laps behind. Ian Douglas is just walking away with it now.
Oh, can Jim catch Braden?
Oh, track order at the back there. It was with Brandon.
There was just a crash.
Yeah. So 2.5 minutes to go
Ian
now.
Douglas did pummel into that car though. Didn't damage it.
So Jim Rose 245, Braden 246. So let's find out what the gap is. When Braden goes over now, oh, they are literally side by side. Oh no, Braden's a lap ahead after Jim's
Oh.
issues back then. They crossed the line at the same time though.
Okay, so Braden has got a whole lap advantage over Jim.
In his back pocket, as they say. He can afford a little off. Just
How
one
much
though.
more time we got left?
We've got 2 minutes to go. Ian Douglas is fast approaching 260 laps.
Braden wants this race to finish.
He does. Imagine if that car broke now.
Oh man.
Okay, who would steal second? Braden, 251. Jim Rose, 250. Michael Nemus, 247. Brandon, 245. Todd, 243. Only 15 laps in it after 28 minutes of racing, Doug.
That's crazy, man. That's
15
absolutely
laps.
crazy.
Unbelievable.
If this wasn't a family-friendly show, I'd be swearing.
Okay, minute and 20 seconds to go. So can Jim Rose find something special? So Braden crosses the line now. Jim, okay, so Jim is a lap behind Braden still.
Yeah.
He's got a minute and 10 seconds. Either Braden's going to have an off or Jim's got to find a miracle.
Yeah.
Ian Douglas, though, let's talk about
Our 10 laps.
his dominant performance.
Oh man, he's just been dominant all the way through.
He's dead
this
from the off,
final.
hasn't he?
Yeah.
There's just nothing else to say, really. He's just been
Yeah.
a step above everyone
Like
else.
MF has just said on the chat, Ian is cruising, no immediate threats.
Absolutely.
We see this in Formula 1 as well,
Yeah.
don't we? You get a dominant lead.
I mean, you
just
say he's
cruise.
cruising. The last lap was 6.4. He's just done a 6.5. We've got 37 seconds to go. Brandon's off again at the far corner. Braden is pulling away from Jim Rose now. It is well over a lap
Oh,
now.
he's loving this now. How long we got left, Ian?
We've got 25 seconds. The room
25.
is starting to get noisy.
It's going to erupt
People are
here.
starting to get excited. Even Arlo's managed to stay for the final. 15 seconds to go now. Ian Douglas on 270 laps. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Douglas takes the win.
So Braden in the green and Jim in the white.
Ian Douglas is in the yellow lane. He is the leader.
So, wow, right down to the end, Ian Douglas had it. I believe it was Slot Car 2001 was saying that until Jim Rose bumped off the track or out of the slot at least, that was pretty much what led Ian to drive away with it. Absolutely a fantastic race. You can see between second, third, and fourth, they were completely like shoulder to shoulder. Any mistake would have definitely put them way back. This was a really tight race. It was really good entertainment. Fantastic way to spend an afternoon, or I guess in my case, a whole day. Slot Car 2001, you were there almost the whole entire time. Wow. I made note of at least a couple people who were there the whole entire time, and there's a few people, all right. It was a pretty big thing. Like I said, there are lots of people from our community who are racing, and that's always cool. It's nice to know someone you know. So it's always a good thing. Can't lose that way, right? So just a few noticeable people who are in the crowd that night, who are part of our Slot Car crowd. Slot Car Wildman, Eric was there for a good portion. Bryce Castleman, he's a Canadian guy from the island of Vancouver. Mark Petch and Slot Car 2001. These were all the guys that were on the live stream that I seen, who were there for most of the day, if not all of it. Like I said, I was there every second of the whole entire race. So, man, I got the car sitting right beside me while I'm watching the races. You know, like, fantastic, man. Awesome. Very good. And Mark Natividad's suit was absolutely fantastic. We were talking about that, and now we'll get an opportunity to show it. So what I'm going to do here first, guys, is I'll set up what I've done for you so that you're aware of what's going on here. Okay. So, Track Fans TV, Pete Brown was having a live feed from the track before him, Massimo and Raul went in, did their races. So they were doing a live feed, and then at the very same time, Mark Natividad in this suit we're all talking about also came up with the Electric Dreams crew and were doing their commercial spot, which was basically interviewing Pete and the guys. Well, Pete was already talking on a live stream with the guys, and then Pete's like, our photobomb got photobombed or something. So it was kind of funny. So So I'm gonna play. It gets a little confusing, but what is happening in these two clips? I'm gonna play them both at once. Actually, what I'll do is I'll play them one at a time, and then I'll play them together. Okay. So here's the first one. Where is it? Okay. So here's the first one. Okay. So this is Electric Dreams right now. Okay. And what they're doing is they're interviewing Pete and Raul and Massimo, who are just sitting doing an interview right now.
Morning.
You can see.
These are the guys. You know, these are the guys.
And here comes the shirts. And if you notice, Mark, the suit.
Awesome. This is what it's all about.
Mark is the guy in the white suit.
There you go. Yeah, you guys. I
got a really
just want to
cool
say thank you
suit
to
on.
each every one of you for the great content and to really build this community of slot car racers and the information that we put out and the time that it takes. And people don't really know how much time's involved, but the editing and all the stuff, the downloading, the being patient, and it's just wonderful to be amongst the greatness of the slot car content people. Yeah.
I'll stop it right there, and we'll go to the next one. Now this one is Pete.
We were just saying, Daz, as you can
This
see,
is
Rob,
what's
you can see
going
comment on the
on
screen. Rob's out
in
in Wales
Pete's
and England.
interview.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well, it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. As you say, Raul's all quiet over there, man.
What's up, Mark?
Brilliant.
No, I'm just fine. Okay.
Oh no, I loaded. How did I do that? I loaded both of the same clips.
Morning.
These are the guys. These are the guys. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing but love. Yeah, look at that.
I loaded the wrong
Awesome.
clip.
This is what it's all about. These are the guys. This is what it's all about. There you go. Yeah, you guys. I personally just want to say thank you to each every one of you for the great content and to really build this community of
Okay,
soccer
so
racers.
I don't
and
happen to have
the
that
information
clip
that we put out
as
and the
much
time
as
that it
I'd
takes.
really like
People
to
don't
show
really
you
know
guys
how much
right
time's
now.
involved, but the editing and all the
So
stuff.
Braden
the
in the
downloading,
green
that's the
and
point.
it's
Jim
wonderful
in
to be amongst the greatness of the slot car content people. Yeah.
Okay. So Ian and Doug, fantastic job. Man, I couldn't imagine it wouldn't be the same without hearing these guys. They're so smooth. You can tell that they've hung around together for an extremely long time. They just work well. It was they did a great job. Yeah, they made it a great viewing experience for sure. So yeah. I thought I seen somebody come in. William, thanks for joining us, brother. Awesome. Welcome. Yeah, little Arlo. Hey, stealing the show from the boys there in the commentary booth. He was taken away with it for a little while, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see some young people in doing some racing and that kind of thing. Yeah, Eddie Crash chasing Dow. It was really close, man. Oh, so close. But that's the difference between one moment and the next, right? Or one corner then the next. It's Jim Rose was in the zone, yeah, until he deslotted. He was doing so good, man. That guy can really focus and really drive that car. If you watch how he drives it, whew, he's laser focused. Spent the whole day watching. My wife was not happy. Yeah, for the first part of the day, my wife was at work, and for the second part of the day, she was like, "Are you going to be watching this all day?" Oh, I'm invested, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I literally did not miss a minute of it. If I went to the washroom, I turned up the volume so I wouldn't miss anything. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, my big thing next year is going to be Whistler, and I really would like to get out to Toronto. I'm hoping that somebody like maybe Raul or somebody would try and work out some sort of tournament in Toronto somewhere, maybe wherever, and get something to go in Canada. Maybe, though. You never know. You never know. The strangest things happen, brother. We'll see. Sure would be cool, though. Slot racing is back in STP format. Yeah, that's what's all over Mark Natividad's white suit. It says slot racing is back. It's really cool. Philip, awesome. Thanks for joining us, brother. Good evening to all. Hope all is well. Everyone's sorry late to the party tonight. Not a problem, brother. Happy to have you here. I guess you'll have to flip back and see what was going on with the finale of the race, but I played only the last 5 minutes, I think it is, the finale. So, whew, exciting stuff for sure. That was the pattern on the suit. Yeah. Hey, so fast. Groundhog Day. What we got? Dan, thank you so much for the new FX preview. A few weeks ago, greatly appreciate the one in black and orange. Love them both. Yeah. You betcha, brother. You're welcome. Those are actually the GT500 line is some of my favorites actually. So is the new GT350s. Yeah. Thanks, Philip. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Skill level is crazy. People think slot racing isn't hard. No, it's hard, man. Like I said, somebody asked what's more important, the setup of a car or a driver's skill. And my answer to that is a driver's skill is what sets up the car. If that makes sense to anybody. Unless, of course, you're Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder and you have absolutely no clue how to set up a car, but you can race it. That might be the only difference. I don't know. So what happened to you and the wife racing on Sundays, or did I miss something? No, I'm just for the Sunday, it's going to be racing, but I want it to be like a show. I'm still trying to get my track in order right now. I've just been working on scenery and that kind of thing. So this is what I've been working on lately. All of that, the two signs you can see there, and in every 6 inches, there's a yellow light that'll be flashing, just sort of like a caution area. So all behind, everywhere you could see the bumper there, there'll be a yellow flashing light every 6 inches in between it. And that had something to do with the Woodland Scenics. If you guys were interested in lighting up your track and weren't sure how to get about doing that, I use Woodland Scenics. And the good thing about using Woodland Scenics is you can use products with like magnetic racing and that kind of thing. So you're able to use those and hook them up to your Woodland Scenics setup. For me, I'm planning on doing night racing, like so you could actually see the cars and it actually looks like a really legit, cool. Isn't that her favorite? Shh. I didn't tell her that's why I put the yellow flashing lights there. Shh. The yellow flashing lights are a caution for the Irene corner. Psst. Hope she's not watching. Does anybody know where I can find a listing of all the Ottawa funny cars, top fuels that were purchased like Pokemon, trying to catch them all? I have actually a few for sale right now. If you go check out my, it's AFX_man at eBay. I have a few top fuel or a fuel fun. Oh my gosh, a few funny cars. Yeah, there's a few there. Right? Yeah, you know it, brother. Did you catch? Yeah, right. Never seen a current slot car commercial on TV or broadcast in California. You know, it really was good seeing an AFX commercial. Okay. You have 3 minutes to make a commercial of selling your product. And the only thing that I seen was, I think they should have put a better product there. The Infinity set is a great set. It's their basic set, though. It doesn't look very interesting. I thought for the 3 minutes that AFX had for their advertising, I really think they could have boomed it out a little bigger. It just seemed a little lackluster to me. Like, you've got 3 minutes to show your product and you choose the Infinity set. The same video that they showed to everybody on Facebook and Instagram months ago. It was cool to see it. Don't get me wrong. That is very cool. But like I said, you have 3 minutes to showcase your product. I just think they chose incorrectly. But it was nice seeing them there. There's no question about it. Yeah, you can get a hold of me, Philip, if you're interested in like purchasing some. Just email me and we'll work out a deal. Whatever they're on sale for on eBay, I'll give you a better deal than that. Right? Hey, Kenton, thanks for joining us, brother. Guys, if you haven't checked out Kenton's site page, please go do so. Kenton, did you see the AFX commercial in the Slot.it Nationals races yesterday? They must have played them about 5 or 6 times. It was kind of cool. And that Evil Knievel wind-up jump set, they're going to produce that again. How awesome. How awesome. That is so cool. Hey, Anthony. Awesome, brother. I was just checking out your videos there. You got your track, well, not the track, but you have a track set up and you're able to run some cars now while you're talking about them. Absolutely fantastic, brother. Can't wait to see your track. Right? I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to sound like that guy, but I agree with Kenton. Super International should have been the set. Like, you have 3 minutes, people. You need to showcase your shit. Like, you need to, like, if I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. There was definitely a better set for the deal, though. I would say. But like, again, at the same time, it was awfully nice seeing a slot car commercial, which really was like, yeah, that's awesome. Whether it be small or big or what have you, you know, there were enough people watching. I bet their analytics for the watch of the first part of the show were absolutely astronomical. And it's really too bad that the stream went a little bananas at the end, because what that is going to do now is people will just watch the championship part and they won't watch all that amazing excitement that I was talking about so far leading up to now. It was, you know, so yeah, a little bit out of time, brother. It takes a while, but you know what? As long as you take your time and you keep your vision in mind, brother, it's your build, man. You take as long as you need to get her done. For me, it's a little painstaking because I like to make sure that things are right. I mean, this is a permanent layout, and you're going to be looking at it. I'm going to be looking at it. Everyone's going to be looking at it for, I don't know, a while. I'm not rich, so I'm not going to be able to afford to rip out all the track because this is all glued down, man. This is not like movable, right? If my wife said we need to move tomorrow, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. I got a 12 by 13 HO track too with 3 different tracks on it. So yeah, it would be funny. It wouldn't be cool, but it would be funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey, Slot Car League of Champions. Thanks for joining us, brother. Awesome. And I did see, gosh, I hate it when I flip past people, but I'm pretty sure I seen, did I see slot cars of all scales? I could be wrong, of course. Oh, there. Slot Car Misfits of all scales. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. Thought you'd slide by without me saying hi, hey? Welcome. Thank you. All right. I had this feeling that I forgot somebody. Ugh, I hate that. Can't forget anybody. Everyone's as important as the next. All right. So, yeah, the weekend, Sunday was absolutely fantastic, guys. For me, the whole biggest thing, I think, what sort of brought me there in the first place was, of course, all of our slot brothers, being Raul from Conquest Racing, Pete Brown from Track Fans TV, and Massimo from, oh my gosh, it just blew my mind. Oh. Oh my gosh. I just forgot Massimo's channel. Oh my gosh, nobody tell him I did that. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, that is so horrible. So horrible, man. You know when it's on the tip of your tongue and you've been talking about something all day and then it's time for it to finally come out and you're like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. I was actually going to start off with Massimo, but I couldn't remember his channel. I figured by the time I got through Raul and Pete, I'd remember it. Sorry, Massimo, brother. Canadian brother. Guys, check him out if you haven't yet. MP Slot Car, fantastic. He puts out killer content. And we all know his patented slide, how he slides into all of his commercial, or all of his commercials, all of his videos. Well, when it was his turn to start racing, when they were calling his name, when they called his name, he slid in and stood in front of his controller and picked it up. So good on him for doing his thing. Yeah, got the slide in on his heat. Yeah, brother. Yeah. You see, if you weren't, these are the things you missed if you weren't there. And these are the things that were absolutely worth being there for. Fantastic. Yeah, brain fart in progress, man. Holy cow. The air is just foofy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Massimo got to do his slide in. Fantastic job, man. That guy's such a showman. You know, he puts on a good show for everybody. It's nice. Hey, Daniel, thanks for joining us, brother. No problems. No problems at all. Thank you. We're just talking about the Slot.it Nationals that were on the weekend. Absolutely fantastic job, guys. You know, geez, you know, where do you start, right? The whole thing felt really professional to me. It had that feeling of like it actually being a show. They did have actual commercials, and with Mark Natividad doing his walking around and doing interviews and that kind of thing, it was really cool. Like they would cut to Mark. Mark would be with somebody ready to talk, just like, you know, like a sports interview kind of thing. They did a fantastic job, you know, making it very professional, very professional. You know, it's always nice when it has that feel to it, you know, like a sort of a worthy feel. I know it sounds weird, but like a worthy feel, you know. So to me anyways, like missed the race. Oh, filming cars. When and where's the next race? I don't know. This was the Nationals. Next year. But there's like European championships are coming up right away too, I believe. So this one just was, felt bigger because of us knowing people. All right. Let's see. I thought I just turned that on. I didn't. Wankamuffer steps up to the tee on the 9th hole. He's got 3 downhill to the right. The gallery's going crazy. The people are clapping and should shut the hell up. Oh, yeah. All right. Go stand in the corner. This is the wrong kind of show. Been stuck in the corner painting bits, missing dilemma of building in chaos. Right? Airbrushing. Mountains. Airbrushing mountains. Yep. All right. So we have a whole bunch of new Revo slots. We have a new Revo slot mold that's coming out. I won't be getting into that because that will be part of next week's subject. Yeah, the Maurizio Ferrari interview. Yeah, he was pretty good. It's really good seeing him, right? Well, it's nice to hear somebody talk about their product or be part of their product. How about that? You see, that's the one thing you really cannot rely on is a person who does reviews and doesn't buy their cars, because then they're pretty much stuck with a smiley face on their face the whole entire video, regardless whether they want it or not. And the reason why they do that is because if they want to get another car from that company, they got to keep smiling. So that's why it's really nice to see Maurizio, right? He's got nothing to gain or to lose by just speaking. And he's a very intelligent person who's got a really great product. So it works out just fine. And they did the whole scenario, like the Slot.it Nationals and things, like Electric Dreams, fantastic. Need more owners like Maurizio. I absolutely agree with that. It was so refreshing to see him there racing. Nice. Absolutely not. Why not? Why not? Should you not be there, right? Ian and Doug were there talking about magnetic racing, but not all the time. They popped it in every here and there, which was very professional of them, I thought. Very good on them. I think they're just well known enough now where people just see them and they know who they are, because we always usually see them together. They're a great pair. They work good together. They've been friends for the longest time, and it shows. It definitely shows. There's no question about it. So, fantastic day. It sort of took away the time I normally spend on getting Monday Night Slot Car ready. So I figured, well, I've invested every single second of my life into every single second of this video. These whole things, so I figured, well, this is going to be Monday night, unfortunately. If you haven't watched the races and you're into slot cars, I really suggest that you do watch them. Take some time, put them on in the background. Just watch what people are doing and how they're racing, how they're standing and holding their controller, and just listen to the things that are going on. Pardon me. HSF, just subscribe to your channel. Do you have a nice layout, bro? Your dog was making me laugh. Doug from MR. Oh, pardon me. Yes. Doug from MR was also from Magnetic Racing was also in, and he finished second in his heat, which was pretty good. The only downside to that was his finishing amount of laps didn't get him into the top 6 finishers. So that would have been the bump race, I believe it was. So, yeah. I have a bunch of slot cars piling up waiting to be filmed. But Minnesota is a honey hole for American classic cars in the summertime. Probably won't get back to slots till the fall. Yeah, here in Winnipeg, we have a high ratio of classic and hot rods, and every single Sunday at the Pony Corral, the whole entire shopping mall lot, every single Sunday is full of classic cars. It's a huge thing here in the summer. And then on Sunday nights, after everyone's met, they all do the tour down Portage Avenue. It's our main city street. And they'll drive the whole entire length of Portage Avenue just for like hours. It's kind of cool if you're into that kind of thing. Lots of people line the roads just to watch the cars drive by. Very cool. Yeah, Slot Car League of Champions has some really cool shorts. There's no question about that, for sure. Yeah. Very entertaining. Very entertaining. Classic muscle. I really wish Carrera would. I really wish Carrera would redo their all their muscle cars, their classic muscle cars. It seems like they're all like overpriced right now, and it seems a little weighty for me. But I really do want them. I'm not sure how much I'm willing to pay for them yet, though. But we'll see. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out. Like right away, the new Revos are coming out. The NASCAR Carreras are coming out. If you're into HO, the Datsun 3-car set, the Bree set's coming out. Release one of the Silver Screen Classics with the 2 John Wick cars and the Blues Brothers car with the horn on the hood. Pardon me, not a horn, it's a speaker. And then, of course, there's all of those cars that Auto World, me and Robert went over on the Fish Tank, which is now changed names to HO News Weekly. So if you guys are looking for HO News or Slot Car News, then you're going to want to check out that. It won't be called the Fish. Won't be called the Fish Tank anymore. It'll be called the HO Weekly, HO Slot Car Weekly, because people who knew us or knew Robert knew the show or what it was about. But anybody who didn't know Robert were actually wondering what fish I had. Well, I used to have fish. I used to have a 200-gallon tank and a 300-gallon tank full of Oscars and silver dollars, but I don't have them anymore. I chose slot cars instead. It was getting a little hefty, so yeah, but for sure. Hey, check this out. Steve, brother, thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it. Welcome. Everybody, Steve from Stockpile Hobbies is in the house, and if you haven't done so yet, make sure you go check out one of his videos and tell him that you need him to come back and start making more slot car content. Trying to get him into the large scale, guys. What do you think? Think we can get Steve back into slot cars? I think so. Mike G's in the house. Thanks for joining us, Mike. Awesome, brother. Yeah, the name really needs to reflect the show. I know it was really confusing people, and it was it's doing well. I mean, the show does well. Those who figured it out have gotten some really good information from it. We dig. What me and Robert do on HO News Weekly or the Fishing Report. Actually, that's what I was going to call it, the Fishing Report. It's a good thing I didn't. That would have confused people even more. So on the fish tank, we would talk about HO topics that there's just not happening right now in the world of HO slot cars. There's nobody who's doing reviews or talking about up and coming current cars or stock, and there's nobody talking about sort of what's in the air. So me and Robert decided to take up the task. So if you guys are interested, the next show will be coming out next week sometime. I know it's called HO News Weekly, but it won't be a weekly show. It'll be, at the very least, it'll be bi-weekly, unless there's enough content to do it every week. And right now there's just not, because we've already reviewed absolutely everything that's scheduled to come out. But anything that comes out or anything that's important, breaking news, you'll find it on HO News Weekly for sure. So I used to have a fancy goldfish. Awesome, man. That's hilarious. Well, it's a pet. So how you doing, Steve? What have you been up to, brother? What's keeping you busy? Right. Okay. Might have to wait for the cooler weather to grab Steve's attention again. Oh, nice. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What scale? What scale? You seem like a smart guy. You don't seem like the kind of guy that would punch yourself in the eye twice. You're not looking at HO, are you? Or are you? Yeah, Steve, the world wants to know. What are you thinking about? Which kind of slot cars? So I've ordered the a light sequencer. It'll flash the lights. Yeah, it'll be Carrera. Yeah, that's the way to go, brother. Yeah, that's for sure. Got to get them all the scales. Yeah, well, if I got them all. Next person. Yeah, I certainly got all the scales. There's no question about that. I'm good to go. I got 2 completely full-size large tables, one for HO and one for 124th, 132nd. I'm part of the all slot car club. Yeah. It's good stuff. Oh, is my music playing or is it flashing? It's flashing. Yeah. Problem with all scale is all the parts. Yeah, I that's just it. And oddly enough, I just picked this up because I realized that all my other cases have HO slot car parts in them. And if you ever built a Tyco motor, you know that it involves 9 different parts. Well, look at this. This case right here would only hold the Tyco motor parts. I would need to buy another case, but this one will hold various large scale parts for now. Anyways, I'll buy more, of course. And yeah, it's not expensive. It doesn't need to be expensive. It's only holding parts. Yeah, you see, I think Enzo will be much more happier, brother, when the cars aren't leaving the track all the time. And it gets frustrating, right? The large scales are so much more user friendly. Uh, it's amazing. It's so much different. You can Carrera allows you to dial down the speed of each car individually. So, if Enzo has a heavy trigger finger, then you just dial his car back and don't tell him about it, or dial it back and tell him about it. But yeah, it's just that simple. Carrera's done a really good job. Carrera's done what HO should have done a long time ago. HO's been around longer than Carrera has, but here we go. Yeah, older, more control, and then he'll be able to appreciate the cars more because he'll be able to hold it and it'll have substance to it. Where an HO car is good for older adults. You got to be able to understand all the little parts. So young people, I could see that may be a problem. But and then if you needed to, you could. Everyone's been racing the 143 cars, so maybe Enzo will be into those 143 cars. They're pretty cool, man, and obviously they're much bigger than the 164. So yeah, it's great. Carreras are great detail for the price. I fully agree. Right? It's a nice looking car. Okay. So here's what I get. Here's what I get for $75. Okay. And here's what I get for $71. Right? No, that's not right. It doesn't feel right. I should be paying way less for this car than this car. So, oh, there's Bryce. Hey, Bryce, how you doing, brother? I was talking about you earlier. You were one of the few people that actually stayed and watched the whole entire race. There were a few different people that I noted in today's show. I wrote down a few people that were with me for the whole broadcast, and there you are, brother, number 2. Now, this isn't a list of who was there longest or anything. These are just 4 people that I'd noticed who are always there every time that I looked at the screen. So, yeah, I was invested too, brother. Every single second, man. I'm the second person to comment on that live stream, and I didn't miss a second. I seen the whole thing. That's why I have to talk about it today. My whole entire Monday night show is based on the Slot.it Nationals because, well, that was my whole entire preparing. My prep time for Monday was watching it. So, yeah, it was awesome, man. It was good to see you there, brother. Fantastic racing, though. Hey, what was your thought on it? What do you think? I was extremely impressed. I was blown away. Yeah, it was a captivating broadcast. It sure was. And you say broadcast, but you know what? Really, it was a live video, but it felt like a legit broadcast. Like I was saying, so many people were mentioning that it was kind of like ABC's Wide World of Sports, or if you're Canadian, it would have been like Sports Weekend, CBC Sports Weekend, like something like that. Oh my gosh, fantastic. Fantastic. Commentating was spot on. Ian and Doug once again. Awesome. Awesome. Good for them. They did a good job. So, Yeah, it sure was the right time. The show felt so legit, like it had like legitimacy to it. It wasn't just like a live, like, hey, we're gonna have a live, we're gonna hold a championship, and buddy over here is gonna set up a camera. It was way more than that. I can tell you that for sure. And their Smurf blue tongues after getting those blue Slurpees were hilarious. Watching those guys talk with their blue tongues. I think I heard something about somebody molesting a Smurf or something, but we're not going to get into that in this show. Oh, yes. Yeah. Mark in the crowd was great, mingling with the drivers and spectators. Yeah, we were talking about how Mark was perfect, how they would cut to Mark and Mark would have his interviewee standing there ready. It felt like one of those, like when they oh, they're in a diving competition and they're going to go over and talk to the competitor briefly, right? And the cameraman's or the reporter's already standing there and they just literally cut over right to him or her or whatever. Yeah, awesome. Very cool. Yeah, there was some really fantastic driving going on. Absolutely fantastic. Some of the heats were so close, and aside from Ian pulling away from it in the finals, the second, third, and fourth place race. If you go back and you watch that last race, if that's all you do, wow! Don't even look at the first place guy; he blows them all away. Look at the huge race going on for second, third, and fourth. It's amazing. They did a great job. Professional broadcast, no doubt about it. Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. It was a really good job. Yeah. So right now, guys, for myself, I'm waiting currently on the silver and blue GT40. I am waiting on the green GT350 and various slot car stuff. Oh, and I'm also waiting from Woodland Scenics. I'm waiting for a sequencer to flash my yellow lights in the Irene crash zone. Hope she's not watching this. But in that whole area where she kept crashing, I put flashing lights back there every 6 inches, so they'll flash while the race is going on. Man, Nemeth, let's talk about Nemeth. I actually meant to talk about him for a bit. He's German. He's really good. He's Herrera's Carrera's favorite driver. Oh. His favorite driver. Might even be a man crush. I don't know if you want to go that far or not, but Nemeth is a really good driver. And what had happened was he went to California with his family for vacation, and his family went home, and he stayed to race. So that's quite a thing. He is a good. It was very close. He started sliding a little bit, and that was it. He fell back too far. Yeah, the young gun Braden from Motown crushed it. Braden Pollard in his qualifying, he was ninth of 12 for 157 laps. Blown everyone away. That's what I put. So yeah, Bryce, I know you missed the beginning, but what I did was I listed who won each heat. There's Ian Rice won 10 of 12, and I listed the race, how many laps, and what kind of a race it was. It was a very close race here, it says. And this is last I got the name wrong. Last year's winner. It's not supposed to be Rice. It's Ian Douglas. So pardon me. That's my mistake. Right on. All right, guys. So I've been running a little bit long on Monday Night Slot Car Live. So what I'm going to try and do from now on is going to just keep it to try and keep it to about an hour and a half. I find my analytics sort of take a dive when I go longer than half an hour. People just don't want to watch 2 hours, a 2 hour video. Usually, this is what I mean. Like when you have multiple people from the slot car community all going live at the same time, it really doesn't make much sense because the whole point of going live is to gather your crowd. Because I don't make money doing lives. It's not a thing. So when other people choose to do their live streams in the same genre as you, it takes away from your crowd. It takes away from their crowd, and the point of gathering a crowd for your live is shot. It's gone. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. I absolutely appreciate you guys. This is absolutely fantastic that we could share. The whole point of Monday Night Slot Car Live is so that creators can meet other creators and just normal people, our commenters, can meet creators as well. How long? How long have? I've already. My live starts at 4 o'clock your time, Bryce. It's probably a little early for you if you're not off work yet. 4 p.m. Pacific time is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that's the time that I go live here in Winnipeg. I know it's a little early. Usually I did 7, but well, let's just say multiple slot car people all going live at 7. Um, you know, me being a person who actually knows what's going on with YouTube analytics and stuff and actually care about building a crowd in the community, move my show to an hour earlier, which doesn't benefit barely anybody. But it does push me away from the other people who are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. I don't know what goes through people's minds when they do things like that. It just doesn't make sense to me. But in the end, we push on. Monday Night has been going on for almost 3 years now. I've been bringing slot car creators to the spotlight. And of course, as usual, if there's anybody or any slot car creators in the comment section right now that would like to be a guest on Monday Night Slot Car Live, well, that's what I do. You're more than welcome to drop me an email. My email can be found at my homepage on YouTube. It's just right there. And shoot me a line. Let's get together and talk slot cars. That's what we do here. So for now, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. I want to thank everybody with the channel who's dropped in and said hi. Please do me a favor and maybe just share this to your channel. Um, uh, I'd do the same if, let's just say if you asked me to share one of your videos to your channel, I would be obliged. I got no reason not to. All I try and do is grow the community. So from me, I'm Dan, and I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Guys, make sure you let everybody know. Monday night, Slot Car Live, where we go live with the community. Monday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let everyone know. We'll see you guys all next Monday. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.